Is Friday, December 6, 2019. This is my 6th journal of the fall semester, and this 6th journal will be my last of this semester. So my last journal, the theme or the topic is reflection as always, but overall reflection on the entire semester. So to start, I'm going to talk about my progress throughout the semester personally. So I think I've grown up a lot this semester. Not saying that I was immature before, but when fellow students and classmates say there's nothing like your senior year, as in most people would compare that to how it is in high school, which is usually high school and senior year, it's your easiest year. In college, it's not. Senior year in college is kind of a low point in trying to figure out where you're going to go after graduation, trying to graduate on time, making sure you have a plan because everyone wants to know what you're doing. And it can be really overwhelming and really stressful. I came into this semester taking my tests for graduate school within the first couple weeks of classes, and at that point I was already overwhelmed. And then I took that test another time, and it was at a time when I was, had to miss class on a Monday, and it was really overwhelming, as well as, applying to graduate school and wanting to tell people, but only telling a select few just because I know that not everyone understands. So just going through all of the stressors and being overwhelmed by everything all at once, I'm now in a place where I'm thankful for it because I feel like I can endure way more than I did in that moment in August. And in October, when I was super stressed out, and within, November, trying to figure out where I want to be and, my timeline and my backup plans. So I've grown up a lot, as well as I'm able to get through stress better, I guess. I'm still not really good with stress, and I try to avoid it. So I guess in a sense where I can avoid it, I think that I can get through it. I also think personally that I'm really confident in myself now, not just in clinical experiences, but in the classroom and, talking to someone about my education and just having a regular conversation. I feel, and this sounds weird, I feel grown. So I don't feel like I'm confused, or I don't feel like I don't know what I've learned at my time here at Emory and Henry. Like, I feel really prepared personally to go into my last semester next semester. Professionally, I've definitely gotten better at having the clinician-patient conversation, and I think that came to me through my general medicine rotation. I came into contact with a lot of older patients that don't typically understand the medical lingo, so I had to really adjust and find a way to explain different medical conditions, explain testing, explain side effects and things along those lines. So I think that really helped me out growing professionally. I also got better at documentation, whether that be handwritten or electronically. I think I have a good hold on, what other clinicians expect from you as an athletic trainer. If you're sending a note to someone else, they need to be able to understand it in a way that, I understand it, but also they can understand it and not just excluding everything and just worrying about me. Because if those records are kept for a certain amount of time, which they are, other people are going to reference those files and they need to be easy to read, and you need to be able to get all the info that you need without really spending that much time on it. So I guess the next question is, what was good? I would say my general medicine rotation was great. I really enjoyed my time. I feel like I learned a lot. It's different to go from learning how to do certain testing in a lab and then going in person and, having the experience in the classroom or in the lab, and then actually getting to do it on a real patient and get those contacts. And I think that's where I really learned how to do it, how to do like an ear, nose, and throat exam, like a general one, a skin exam. I can do that now where I couldn't do that before. The next question is, what was bad? And I reflected on this a little bit before hitting start to film this journal. And I don't think that I had anything bad. I would say maybe my organization skills got pretty sloppy over the semester. But I never turned anything in late, I guess. I think, now thinking about it, I think I'd let my personal life get ahead of me at some moments, which is okay, I think, and everyone goes through it. But I let it take over for about a month, and kind of checked out. And I think that was bad, but I think that's why I feel so positively about my growth now, so I can turn a bad thing into a good thing. My next question is, what feedback did I get from my preceptors? Overall, going through the comments before filming this, I think they are all positive about my participation and my performance during various clinical experiences. I'm at a stage now in my education where I feel like I know most of the things, which I'm going to be learning something new every day, which is always how it is. But I feel like I have a good grasp on things that need to get done and, a good way to do it and best practice for different techniques and evaluations. And I saw that through my comments on my clinical experience hours. I guess some of them were asking questions for more depth, in which I, reflected on those as well, going more in depth and trying to really fully understand the things that I had learned that day. But I think that their overall feedback of me is positive, and I hope it is positive. I feel like I've worked really hard this semester. My last question is, how will I approach my spring semester? I think that I'm definitely going to be more confident going into the spring semester, but I'm also going to be really nervous because I'm hopefully going to be, or I am going to be, attempting to take my BOC exam in the spring. Also wrapping up my degree and getting ready for graduation and all the chaos that follows. Getting ready for the end of the year. But I think in terms of clinically or an athletic training stance, I think my goals are going to be more specific. Now knowing really what I struggle with, and I say that at the end of every semester, finding out what I really struggled with this semester, and I feel like I'm going to feel that way all the time, constantly finding something that I need to improve on, which I think is normal, or it is normal to want to improve constantly. But I definitely think that my goals are going to be a lot more specific and really push me to learn a whole lot more about who I want or how I want to be as a clinician in practice, and just making sure I have all the tools. But it's a long journal, but had all my handy dandy notes here to make sure to touch on everything. So this is Journal 6, the final journal of fall 2019.